You know, everybody, this may sound crazy coming from someone like me, but I'm not just speaking on behalf of myself. I'm speaking for some members of my family because, as we all know, and you can probably see in the back of me right now, it's at a commercial. These past 3 days were the last 3 shows of Oprah, and it's again, I know it sounds kind of ridiculous for someone like me to come out and talk about it, but I will say that her show was watched by my family, by various members of my family and relatives for the past 25 years. I know my grandma in Haywood watched her, my grandma in Kansas has watched her. For 25 years, as far as I know, they've watched her. My grandpa, when he was alive, he watched her. My mom, when she could, would watch her. In fact, my mom recorded an episode of Oprah back in 1987, where she was talking about some kind of paranormal stuff. But it was 1987, 1 year, as far as I know, 1987, 88, around that time, to a year or two after Oprah came on the air. And it was like, when I saw this on a tape, because I was rummaging through some tapes a couple years ago, and I saw this, and it told me that my mom was willing to record this on Oprah, then it tells me that she definitely enjoyed watching her. Now, there were times there were some things that Oprah would talk about, some episodes and stuff, some seasons that were controversial and stuff that my mom would watch and would not watch, but she, at times when she could, would watch them, because there were some things that definitely interested her, especially this year. My second oldest sister, who lives in Modesto, would watch her almost constantly when she could. Well, maybe not constantly, but when she could, she would watch her. And it was really a big deal with my family sometimes. I mean, as far as I know, Oprah, along with Regis and Kathy Lee, were the only 2 talk shows that I know my mom used to like to watch. I mean, if she could, she'd still be watching Regis and Kelly right now, but she wouldn't be watching anything else. But when I was growing up, as far as I remember, the two prominent talk shows she would watch the most was Live with Regis and Kathy Lee and Oprah. As far as I know, those are the 2 prominent ones, along with the 700 Club, you know, and Oral Roberts. Those are like the main shows she would watch when it came to talking. The 700 Club she would do for Christian talk, for prayers and all that, but when it came to like real talk, you know, just to sit back and relax, it would be Live and it would be Oprah, as far as I know. And I'll be honest, I never really watched Oprah that much, but I was interested in some of the things she would talk about. I mean, there were sometimes I would tune in when I lived on my own in Kansas, and I would just watch some things she would talk about. And there'd be years she'd be talking about things that really interested not just women, but men. So it was pretty cool. And I remember when her 20th anniversary DVD thing came out, I wanted to get my mom that so much. I didn't get a chance to do it, but I may do it this year. But what I did do, though, is I recorded the last 3 episodes these past 3 days, and I have to say they were pretty damn good. They were pretty damn good. And I know some people might take the farewell spectacular that officially happened live a week ago or so, over a week ago on the 17th. They might take that as a bit of getting a little carried away, but not really. Because when you think about it, Oprah's show, because I was just a kid. I was only like 3 months removed from turning 7 years old when she came on. Turning 7 years old, and I'm going to be 32 this year, folks. So I really didn't understand then, and as a teen I really didn't understand, and even in my 20s I really didn't have an idea as to why many people liked her. But now I do, because her shows touched so many people. Some of the things she talked about touched so many people. And it wasn't just the fact that she would talk about certain problems not only would she talk, and the thing, she wouldn't just talk about certain problems in her life that took place in her life and how they associated with other people's problems, but she would take time out and she would do what I consider fun episodes. In fact, I recorded about a year ago, so I think it was during the Christmas season, during her 23rd season, during her 23rd season, I recorded a majority of her holiday spectacular that she had, her musical spectacular, where she had Alicia Keys, she had Tim McGraw, she had Jennifer Hudson, she had another group, I can't think of the name that Jennifer performed. She had Mary J. Blige, Botticelli on there. She just really had a lot of people. She really knew how to not only, like I say, talk about serious issues that took place back in the 80s and took place here nowadays, throughout the 90s and today, but she really knew how to make episodes fun. She even said it yesterday herself. She said that when she first started, she was more like that reality television deal, like that Jerry Springer, Maury Powell, whatever you want to call him, deal. But then as time went on, she realized, I got to get away from this, I got to transition into something more, into something better, for something for everybody to enjoy. And that's what made her who she was for the past 25 years. She transitioned into a more of a family-friendly like environment. And that's why people enjoyed when she did her favorite things, when she did her episodes, when she did cast reunions of shows and movies. I saw the Color Purple one, I saw the Sound of Music one. My mom wanted me to record the Sound of Music one, the Judge one, the Garth Brooks one. Heck, I recorded when Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood were on Oprah a few years back for Valentine's Day. So that tells you that I paid attention, because when she would have people like that, it was a surprise. That's what made her show very unique. Even though if you didn't watch it as much, and you tuned in on occasions just to record certain segments of it, due to that, that's how prominent she was. That's how much of an effect she had. The reason she was willing to go out and do this, not just talk about the serious issues, but she made her episodes fun. And again, she did things throughout her transition from the sort of like, I guess you could say, the ECW-like style of talk show into what she is now, to the more family-friendly deal. She even went out of her way. She showed that she was willing to do anything. Wake up her neighbors, do bungee jumping, kind of hang glide, or whatever you wanted to call it. She did it. Parallel on a rope or something like that, she did it. So overall, I have to say that on behalf of my family and those of my friends that watched her, she really gave us a lot to remember and enjoy, and she will be missed. And on behalf of my family and friends that used to watch her, we wish her all the best in what she does, and we do hope to meet her again someday on her own station that's on right now, her own network. And maybe for all we know, maybe it'll start showing all her episodes of her classic talk show on there, because I know of some networks that have done that. So, with other talk shows. So, we'll see what happens, and that's all I'm going to say. I know it sounds weird coming from me talking about it. Maybe it's not. Leave me your comments down below. Do you agree with everything I said about her? And all I want to say in the end is thank you, Oprah, for everything on behalf of my family and friends. Thank you for everything you've done. You will be missed on a daily hour of enjoyment. But we wish you all the best and Godspeed, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.